All right, so we're here with Ernie Enriquez and Rowen Enriquez, our platinum students who have done multiple deals this year, but coincidentally just happened to close a deal last Thursday.
That's it.
That's
right.
Thursday.
Uh-huh.
So, which was bought a fourplex
It's a fourplex
in Las Vegas.
in Las Vegas.
And you guys live where?
Live in Salinas, California.
Salinas, California.
500 miles away.
500 miles away. So how do you do that, Ernie? How do you buy a property that's not in your backyard?
I just made sure that the numbers were right.
Make sure the numbers are right. Make sure the numbers are right.
Yep.
All right, and real quick, as way of background, what's your background in real estate? What have you been doing?
We've had single-family home rentals, but 2 years ago we decided that this is the right time to do this full-time. And so we've been with a couple of other mentors. You're our third, but we started getting deals after we started with you.
Your phone got started ringing. Huh?
Yes, phone started getting ringing, calls from brokers and sellers.
All right.
And closed the deals.
So this property that you found that you closed last week in Vegas, how did it come about?
That's direct mail marketing.
Direct mail.
Click to mail.
Click to mail. Direct mail. Direct mail.
Yep.
So he called you, and you made him an offer.
Yes.
Sight unseen, I think, too.
That's
right?
correct, yes.
When did you first see the property?
I was looking at other properties in Las Vegas and started to look at it late June. We started the ball rolling with the seller back in May.
So this was a persistent one.
Yes.
You just stayed with it.
Stayed on.
All right, so you bought this property. How'd you get bank financing on this property, Ernie?
Well, this is owner financing.
Oh, no bank.
Yes, no bank. 13% down payment.
13% down payment.
Yep. Owner carry.
Owner carried it back.
Yep. And 3-year balloon, 5%.
5% interest rate.
And 30-year amortization.
30-year amortization. So no bank qualified.
No bank qualified.
What kind of qualified?
No,
Non-qualified.
bank. Read my lips.
So- Wait a minute, that's not possible, Ernie. You can't do real estate without a bank. That's impossible.
We have another owner financing in Houston.
You got another one.
Yes.
In Houston.
It's in a frothy market.
It's in well, now you have another. You may be able to sell it to a frothy buyer.
Hey, California buyers.
So tell them a little bit about that one. That was your triplex in your house.
That's the 12 unit.
The 12 unit. That's right.
Yeah, that's
that's
a 12 unit and a house.
That's right, 12
Next,
unit house.
next to each other.
That's right.
13 units total, $500 per door. 100% occupied. Owner will carry $204,000 and $100,000 down. It's pretty good.
So that's real good. That's real good. So what's the secret? This owner financing. It must be really hard.
Just persistence, and that's also a product of a postcard mailing. Your postcard mailing.
Very good. Very good.
Exactly the same words that you have on the postcard. Nothing changed at all.
Identical.
Yep.
Did you keep my phone number on there, or did you?
Oh, except for that one.
Did you put in your name? In your name?
Of course, put
Yeah.
in there your name.
Yep.
So, all right. So you closed this deal, and you got owner financing. Let's go back to Vegas. Owner financing on Vegas.
Yes.
And what's the value play on it? What are you gonna be doing with it?
We are rehabbing it right now as we speak. On Tuesday, the contractor will be going. Actually, I was there this week. Met with 2 contractors. So
Very
by
good.
next week, we'll get the estimates.
So when's the first time you saw these properties?
The one in Vegas was in June, but I started talking to the seller in May.
Okay, and then the one in Houston that was
One
actually
in-
under
the one
contract.
In, one in Houston, we waited. Well, the numbers had to be right, and they were. And the first time that you and I saw the property was during due diligence during the property inspection.
That's right.
What was that? 100-degree weather?
Yes.
August in Houston. Right?
August
Good
in
times.
Houston,
Good
yes.
times.
Yep.
So, all right. So now you've got these deals under your belt. So what's next for you guys?
Rowan and I were talking yesterday, and the big why for this year or for next year, August 2015, I'll have Rowan stop working at her job.
Oh, that's a
It's a
big one.
big why.
I think I have to explain that came to mind. You wrote the book, okay? Big Money in Small Apartments. And chapter 4. So
Louder?
chapter 4 on his book, Big Money in Small Apartments, is
3 and 5.
3 and 5. Okay, so went through the book twice or thrice every night. Okay, how can we apply this to what we want, or what is our strategy? What's our strategic approach for this? And I said to him, can we actually do this in turbo mode? I said, what do you mean? What about free in 5 months? So let's get a deal. Okay, my background is in IT. Okay, so fast-paced industry. Can we do it in 5 months? So it's not really free as far as financially free, but actually acquiring properties in 5 months, one for each month. And it's not a big, $1 million apartment buildings that we are targeting. It's small ones, because we are barely newbies as far as acquiring small properties are concerned. So getting or acquiring fourplexes, 5+ apartment buildings, you get used to the process itself. So we said, okay, that's doable. So September 11, 2014, our first property, got it signed, closed. October, we got another one, which was that was the last one in Vegas.
Last week, last Thursday.
week. And so we have in the hopper another one which we're working on. So
In Vegas.
in Vegas again.
A deal a month.
A deal a month
I love
is our strategy.
That's very good. I love that. I love that. All right, so Ernie, Rowen, you got people here that some of them looking to do their first deal. People going to be watching this, looking to do their first deal. From your heart, what's the single most important thing you've learned, single most important thing you would share with someone thinking about getting started with an apartment?
It takes persistence, and there's a lot of no's, so just do it. Believe in your heart, you'll do it, and you can do it.
Look at that first triangle there. You get specialized knowledge, systems, marketing, mindset. But that triangle needs a foundation, and under that, you can put mentoring. That's what brought us to this point. Because we've been you're the third mentor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good, good. Well, these are people that you really want to have on your team, because it is persistence. It is persistence. When you get that no and you want to go, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
But you stay at it.
We
You
did.
stay at it.
We
You
did.
stay at it. And now you're doing a deal a month.
Yes.
A deal a month. I love that
Gotcha.
goal. I love that goal. So, all right. Any questions for Ernie and Rowen? First,
Ernie, you said you put $100,000 down though on the.
Well,
this one?
this is a wholesale. We got it under contract.
Okay.
The owner and his attorney both know that we're wholesaling it.
Okay.
So the deal is $204,000. The owner will carry 5%, 30-year amortization, 5-year balloon, and the rest of it, we're selling it for $333,000. So the rest of it is the down payment. Okay, so they both know this is going to be a wholesale deal.
this is 12-unit property.
It's 12 unit plus the house. They're next to each other, 13 units total, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath.
So you're flipping it and wholesaling it?
Flipping it.
We're-
He's not putting it. There's no money in it. He's just flipping
Got it, got
Just
it.
flipping.
Okay.
It needs 100,000 down.
Oh,
but
it needs
whoever
100,000.
buys it.
Yeah.
Got it, but you cut this great deal, in other words, with no qualifying, that you'll be able to wholesale to someone else with 100,000 down.
Correct.
Yes.
Gotcha.
That's
Correct.
exactly right.
Plus
Great.
the fee.
Plus the fee.
Plus his fee.
Sure, sure, of
Free,
course.
yeah.
All right. What else is the question?
What's the cash flow on that?
That's a good point. I would say $3,000 a month. 6,500 is the actual. There's value played to it. And in the executive summary that is now being sent out, you can realistically get $7,000 per month. And this is Houston, so say 50% and minus the amortization. And it is a 30-year amortization. So I'll get you the actual numbers.
By the way, interesting comment. you talk about the done-for-you buyer marketing that we were doing on Ernie's deals. We set up the marketing systems. I was talking to you, a few days ago, and Ernie said, hey, I found an investor out of Hawaii, out of
Yes.
Honolulu. And
They were in the same class
and
as colleagues.
I said, well, I was speaking in Honolulu a month ago. She said, yeah, she was in the class with you.
Yeah.
I said, well, how in the world did that happen? How did you get hooked up? I said, well, she responded to one of the buyer ads that you guys ran,
Yep.
came into the funnel, and I called her back and said, you got an investor looking for property.
Yeah, we'll be meeting either here in the Bay Area or when we go to Honolulu next year.
Wow.
And yes, and we're looking at partnering
With them.
with them.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions for Ernie and Rowen?
Is the Houston deal, is that a wholesale flip too?
It is a wholesale. Yeah.
So both of those deals are wholesale flips? Vegas?
No, Vegas he
Vegas
bought.
is buy and hold.
He buy and
Who
hold.
bought that?
He
Okay.
bought that.
And then what was the down payment on that one?
13% down.
13%.
About 13% down.
Did you raise private money for that, or did you?
No, it's our own money.
Okay, and that one's gonna cash flow?
Yes. Oh yeah.
How much?
Great.
Cash flow a month is about 500. Yeah.
But there's
If it's-
a lot of value play
A
on
lot of
that
value.
property.
So right now, it's only about 500 net in
Yeah.
your pocket,
Yeah.
but your value play. you're
As
gonna-
of right now, and that's the reason why we're rehabbing it,
Yeah.
because there are two other properties. This is a pod. There are two other fourplexes
Yeah.
in the same pod. It's a cul-de-sac, and after rehab, we get $600 a month. Right now, we're at 500, so we're putting some money in and raising the rent.
A question over here. Yes,
Yeah,
Ayala.
only got two questions. How do you folks manage between the two of you as partners? Like, who do what?
That's a great question. That's a great
And
question.
how do you work as a team? Because my wife and I started to get into this more full-time, and I'm a builder by trade.
Mhm.
I'm 64 years old now. I know the whole concept about building from dirt up,
Mhm.
in, out. I don't know as a man, my part, except I get nervous like you. I get on the phone and I did the first listing before we got here, and I was shook up because I was tired when I made the call, but when I was done, I felt satisfied enough, and even if I never knew what I was doing. But I wanna know basically that question.
So the question is, you guys are a husband and wife team, how do you guys split roles, work together?
Okay, so I am in the supportive role. Okay, Ernie is in the active role, meaning that he gets the calls, finds the deals. We look at the deals together. The numbers, the spreadsheet that we've been working on since yesterday. That's really a great tool. It actually takes out the fear or the hesitation as far as getting and pulling the trigger is concerned. For the very first deal that we did, of course, very first deal, the only question I had for him is, did we check the numbers again? So when he said yes, we pulled the trigger. So just focus on that spreadsheet. If the numbers don't work, just don't do it. As far as there is between husbands and wives, there's the strategy thing that should happen as far as the business is concerned, right? We talk about it. Is this where we want to go? Is this the place that we want to invest in? What's our long-range plan? 5-10 years? Is this where we want to see where our future will be? So go through the first chapters or of what we've gone through yesterday. It actually help us go back to what was our original strategy as far as getting into the business is concerned. So I thank you, Lance, for putting that in a good camp for this week. I am still working. I still enjoy what I'm doing. And as I said, I'm in a supportive role, so I'm in the back office. I do the click to mail. I actually go through the databases. My background is in the IT side, so I do the buyer's list, the seller's list, the owner's list, all of those lists. Keeps track of all of when we should be sending is this, when should we be following up. So that's how we divvy up the things that we should be doing.
Yep.
He takes care of the manly things.
As
Yeah,
a
we
wrap,
have-
as a wrap up, what would you add? What would you add to that?
Yeah, I do all the probably in your case probably the same things that Carly will be doing, the active, the taking the phone calls from sellers and brokers, making the phone calls, getting on LoopNet, looking for deals, and getting those emails from the done for you buyer generator, and then following up and sending out those detailed information packets to both buyers and sellers.
One thing that's actually a time saver for us is the buyer generator system that Lance has. Okay, the automatic forwarding of the emails to
Yes.
email to Ernie's box. The done for you. Initially, they sent out 500. We belong to the Platinum
1,500.
one, so I think they sent out 1,500
Flyers.
flyers and or
Postcards,
letters,
yep.
right? So it's a learning process for us too, because the yellow letters, took a lot of time, and for those of you who are dollar conscious, budget conscious, it costs a lot more, 75 cents a piece, versus the 44 to 50 cents a piece as far as the the postcards is concerned. So.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Great question. All right, guys. So we're going to, first of all, thank you, Ernie.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Congratulations. And I got another one thing. She's in a supportive role. She supports the goal of Ernie getting her out of work in the next 5 months.
That's what you call partnership, right?
That's right, partner. I said you can hardly see the strings at all. So, all right, great job, guys. Great job.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take our break now.